Hey everyone, welcome to video number 4. Today we're doing the plantae kingdom, also known as just plants. So what type of cells make these plants up? The answer is eukaryote cells. And all plants are made of multiple eukaryote cells. Just some examples of plants. This is common sense, hopefully. Trees, grass, roses. Okay, any other plant that you can think of, you can put there. So before we get into the vegetative reproduction, I want to skip down to the plant parts. So this is what separates a plant from an algae. Remember, an algae is a type of protista. It is not the same thing as a plant, even though they can both do photosynthesis. So plants have roots that absorb the water and the nutrients from the soil, and then the stem, of course, is how that water and nutrients gets transported throughout the plant. So it goes from the roots to the leaves, and then the leaves is where the sun is absorbed, so photosynthesis can take place. Okay, so of course, if you wanted to draw these parts, you could, so you can label them, which I'm pretty sure we all know the pieces of a plant by now. So of course those are the leaves that absorb the sun. There's the stem, which is kind of like the highway for this water and nutrients to get taken to the rest of the plant. And then down here would be the roots. And that's another reason why when you go to water a plant, you water it at the base of the plant so the roots can soak it up. You don't water the top of it because obviously the leaves and the flowers are not going to absorb that water. The roots are. So then let's bring us back up here to vegetative reproduction. So vegetative reproduction is just one way that plants can reproduce. So if you've ever seen your parents do this, but you can take a piece of a plant with the roots intact and plant it somewhere else, and then all of a sudden a new plant will actually start growing there. Personally, my mother-in-law does this all the time with her peach trees. So she has lots of peach trees now because she started out taking just little parts of one peach tree, and now she has several peach trees. So you take one part of a plant, and keep in mind the roots need to be attached, and that area of the plant can form new roots and a whole new plant. The other way that plants can reproduce is, of course, through seeds. So seed dispersal, like when birds eat seeds, sounds kind of gross, but then they take those seeds, it goes through their body and digests, and then the seeds get pooped out. And wherever those seeds land is where they grow. And then also you can buy seeds at the store that you can choose where to plant those as well. So seed dispersal is another way that plants can reproduce. So let's move on to our study guide for the plant section. Okay, so at number 29, a cell has a cell wall and a central vacuole. Is it a prokaryotic cell, a plant cell, or an animal cell? Now this I don't expect you to know right now, but you will in the next couple of days, but the answer for now is a plant cell. Okay, and again, that will make sense here in a few days when you watch the rest of the videos. Describe vegetative reproduction. Is it the only way that plants can reproduce? If not, what is the other means by which plants can reproduce? So I apologize for the messy handwriting, but it kind of got cut off when I made this copy. So one part of a plant can form new roots and develop a new plant. Okay, so like I said, I'm sorry it got cut off, but those are the words it's supposed to be: develop and plant. And then to answer that next question about what are the other ways that a plant can reproduce, seed dispersal is the other way. so when the seeds get buried, then they can turn into a whole new plant. Number 31, describe the functions of the three main components of a plant: roots, stem, and leaves. So roots absorb water and nutrients from soil. Stems transport that nutrients and water to the leaves. And then leaves, of course, absorbs the sun, and that's where photosynthesis takes place. And that will conclude our plant section. So stay tuned for the Animalia section that you will be watching on, I believe, week 12 of online learning. And have a great day, guys.